Command area is agriculture development program. The main objective of this program is to promote canal irrigation, and hence to ensure agriculture growth and development. When high yielding variety seed program was introduced, you see the impact of high yielding variety seed program was in the form of green revolution. But green revolution is not considered as a national level revolution because its impact was limited in certain pockets of India where adequate irrigation facility was available. Those parts of India where irrigation facility was not available was not affected by the impact of the green revolution. Okay, so since under Command Area Development Program, main thrust is on irrigation development, promotion of canal irrigation. So you can say that objective of Command Area Development Program is to diffuse the impact of green revolution in those parts of India which remain unaffected due to lack of irrigation facility. Because canal irrigation under Command Area Development Program, main thrust is to promote canal irrigation. Getting well now? So actually you can say objective of Command Area Development Program to spread the impact of the green revolution on one hand, right? Green revolution started in India during 1966 to 69. On the other hand, you see from first to fourth 5-year plan, river basin development program was being implemented, and actually it widened regional disparity because this program not taken into consideration the topographic feature. So that's why during 5th 5-year plan, when a special area development approach was adopted and Command Area Development Program was started, okay, Command Area Development Program was started, then you see in this part of India, there was the impact of the green revolution, including Punjab, Haryana, western Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, etc. It is Haryana. But there was no impact of the green revolution in this part. No impact of green revolution in this part, no. Okay, because there was no irrigation facility prevailing in this part. You see, there are two types of irrigation. One is rain-fed agriculture and second is irrigated agriculture. Okay, still India holds first rank in the world in terms of area covered under rain-fed agriculture. Getting well now? So to develop agricultural infrastructure, but irrigation facility is important agricultural infrastructure. Okay, so Command Area Development Program will ensure the development of irrigation infrastructure now. Since in green revolution chemical fertilizer is used, and for chemical fertilizer limited water supply is essential. So that's why usage of chemical fertilizer is more suitable in the area where canal irrigation or irrigated agriculture is conducted. But it is not considered so much useful where in the zone of rain-fed agriculture, because you see out of the total chemical fertilizer which is utilized, a large part of this remain stored in the soil, and when heavy rainfall will occur, it will get dissolved with the water, and this water will be drained up to the nearby water body, that is river, lakes and pond, and will adversely affect the aquatic ecosystem of this zone. This process is referred to eutrophication, right? So that's why controlled water supply is essential. In this case, eutrophication will not occur now. So you see, Command Area Development Program tried to diffuse the impact of the green revolution through promoting canal irrigation facility. Under Command Area Development Program, the uneven surface is converted into plain area to make it suitable for agriculture. There is a provision to ensure power supply in this area, right? Thrust is also given to promote transport and communication in this area, right? Marketing facility for the farmer is also made available. There is a provision to provide financial support to the farmer. Getting well now, right? These are the important objective of command area development program, okay? But command area development program will be most suitable, will be implemented only in the lower course of the river. Getting well now? So, and also to implement the command area development program effectively, command area development authority was set up. This was lacking in case of river area development program, okay? And also thrust was given to conduct proper demarcation of the command area, right, to ensure effectiveness of the program. So what is command area development program? It is clear now. It is agriculture development program. Main thrust is on canal irrigation, है ना? Its objective is to spread the impact of the green revolution in those parts of India where canal irrigation was not available. It is clear na? Right? Provision of transport and communication, electricity supply, right? Actually better quality seed, fertilizer, etc. are made available to the farmer. So actually in India right now there are around 200 command area development program in operation. Getting well now? Right? I am giving the example. You see the case of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is located along leeward side of Western Ghat. Along leeward side of Western Ghat, this is the position of Tamil Nadu. Getting well now? Right? The average annual rainfall of Tamil Nadu is between 40 to 60 centimeter, and hence Tamil Nadu is not suitable for humid crop like rice. Getting well now? But when command area development program was implemented there, utilizing the water of Kaveri, right, known as Kaveri Command Area Development Program, a network of canal irrigation was promoted in Tamil Nadu, right, and hence particularly Tamil Nadu emerged as an important center of green revolution of South India. It is clear na? Tamil Nadu was previously producing winter rice only because in Tamil Nadu, है ना, there was no impact of southwest monsoon. Tamil Nadu received rainfall through northeast monsoon, that is winter monsoon. During the month of December, it get almost 110 centimeter of the rainfall. And during this period, some amount of winter rice were produced there. But when network of canal irrigation was promoted in Tamil Nadu using the canal irrigation, using the water of Kaveri river, it changed the overall economic scenario of this state now. Now Tamil Nadu emerged as an important center of green revolution of South India. Okay. Similarly, you see in this area, this is third desert region of Rajasthan. So third desert region of Rajasthan is arid zone, receiving less than 50 centimeter of the rainfall, and hence the area is not suitable for agriculture. Getting well now? But you see in this area, Indira Gandhi Canal Project, also known as Satluj Command Area Development Program, was implemented. Okay, in the zone of Sri Ganganagar district and the adjoining district, it is Haryana. And as a result of Indira Gandhi Canal Project or Satluj Command Area Development Program, this area emerged as an important center of green revolution of northwestern part of India. Okay, now this third desert region where Satluj Command Area Development Program is in operation is exporting fruit and vegetable to Canada and West European country. It is clear na? So no doubt Command Area Development Program changed the scenario, economic scenario of the region. Okay, it make the area viable, it increased the agriculture production, right, it generated the employment, it generated employment adequately. Okay, right, it is clear na? So that's why it is said that Command Area Development Program is very fruitful, and Sharda Command Area Development Program, which is located in western Uttar Pradesh, is presently India's largest Command Area Development Program, and hence Sardar Sarovar project, known as Narmada Command Area Development Program, when completed, will be Asia's largest Command Area Development Program. Okay, so actually wherever Command Area Development Program was implemented, right, economic prosperity was realized there because the area emerged as the center of green revolution. Getting well now? In this context, Command Area Development Program, in terms of agricultural production, Command Area Development Program is considered positive program. Okay, but you see, actually there are certain limitations of Command Area Development Program. one of the major drawback of command area development program was it intensified interstate water dispute. It is clear na? Wherever the command area development program was implemented, it intensified interstate water dispute, because you see, since most of the river are interstate in character, suppose this is one state and this is another state, and the river is draining his water, this is upper course state, and this is lower course state na. Okay, so command area develop, it is hilly or plateau in character, and it is plain in character na. So command area development program will be implemented in lower course only. Okay, so you see what is the region, you will clearly understand the cause of dispute. Okay, actually canal irrigation will be promoted in this area because this is lower course area of the river and plain area of the river. It is clear na? Right? To promote canal irrigation, a dam is required to be constructed in the upper course. Dam is required to be constructed in the upper course. Getting well now? The area where dam is constructed is generally opposed on three grounds. First ground is, right, where dam is constructed, deforestation occurs, so it causes environmental issue, environmental problem. Second, the people are displaced from this region. That's why the local people opposes this program. And third, wherever the dam is constructed, it makes the area seismically active. Okay, that was the region when actually you see in Narmada Command Area Development Program, right, agitation was launched under the leadership of Megha Patekar. It is clear na? So actually, why upper? So you see the negative impact is associated with upper course state, and the positive impact is enjoyed by the lower course state. So it is natural that upper course state will oppose the move na. It is clear na? Actually, you see, as far as the question of Kaveri Command Area Development Program is concerned, so Kaveri originates from Karnataka, right? Kaveri originates from Karnataka, and it drains water. One of its important tributaries is Kaveri, right? And it drains water through Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, right? So actually, you see Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry are the four political units associated with Kaveri river. It is clear na? Kaveri river basin extends in the state of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. It is clear na? Karnataka and Kerala are upper course state, and Puducherry and Tamil Nadu is the lower course state, lower course region. Puducherry is UT, you know, right? So whether Kaveri Command Area Development Program is possible in Karnataka and Kerala? No, because they are upper course state, they are hilly in character. So that's why the implementation of the program is possible only in the lower course, right? But as far as the question of Puducherry is concerned, Puducherry utilized the water of Kaveri river only to ensure the drinking water facility to its people. It is clear now? So Kaveri Command Area Development Program was mainly implemented in Tamil Nadu. It is clear now? The average water storage when the program was started, whatever evaluation was conducted, it was around 6 TMC foot of water, right? It was average flow of water at that time when it was started 1973-74. Okay, actually, but Tamil Nadu was utilizing more than 305 to 320 TMC foot of water. More than 50% water Tamil Nadu was utilizing, right? And through this utilization, Kaveri Command Area Development Program was started in Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu emerged as an important center of green revolution. It is clear now, right? But you see later, actually Tamil Nadu emerged as an important center of green revolution, but Karnataka, we had Kaveri river originate, right? Still is a scarce region for food agriculture production. Getting well now? So that's why Karnataka started opposing large scale utilization of water of Kaveri by Tamil Nadu. It is clear now, right? And hence Kaveri water dispute originated between the two states, right? Kaveri water dispute is mainly between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Okay, so actually you see, since you know that actually water resources are state list. So that's why Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and other associated states are entitled to make the law. Na? The legislature of the state can make the law. Getting well now? So actually or issue ordinance to this effect to ensure utilization of maximum share of the water for in their interest. Na? And you see, actually Karnataka passed an ordinance, Kaveri Water Irrigation Protection Ordinance in 1991. It is clear now? This ordinance was passed. If this ordinance would have been effective, right, in this case Tamil Nadu agricultural activity would have been worstly affected. Okay, that's Tamil Nadu opposed the move of Karnataka and requested central government to constitute tribunal to adjudicate the issue. Okay, you know that under Article 262 of the Constitution, it is the obligation, it is the duty and responsibility of the central parliament, central government to adjudicate the water dispute among the state and also to ensure the development of the river basin of interstate character. Getting well now? Right, and in this context, Indian Parliament passed Interstate Water Dispute Act 1956, which was later amended in 2017 and became effective in 2019. It is clear now? So actually, when Karnataka requested the central government to intervene in this issue, the central government constituted Kaveri Water Dispute Tribunal itself in 1991. Okay, itself in 1991, and actually the tribunal given its verdict in support of Tamil Nadu. It is clear, na? Right? Because particularly if you will immediately stop the water of the Tamil Nadu, then the agriculture will be adversely affected. Right? There will be question of survival of the farmer in this zone. It will collapse the economy of Tamil Nadu. It is clear now? So against the decision of this tribunal, right, Karnataka filed SLP, right, a special leave petition. There is a provision under the Constitution, under Article 136 to file SLP in the Supreme Court. Okay, so actually Supreme Court given its final verdict in 2018. It is clear, na? Right? According to, as per the final verdict of the Supreme Court, right, Karnataka was given the authority to utilize, you see, 284.75 TMC foot of water, right? Actually, Tamil Nadu will use 404.235 TMC foot of water, 35 TMC foot of water. Karnataka was given the right to use 30 TMC foot of water, and Puducherry was given the right to use 7 TMC foot of water. Final adjudication was made in 2018, but for a long period, right, Kaveri remained the bone of contention between Tamil Nadu and that of Karnataka. Clear na? Similar type of dispute exists in between Punjab and Rajasthan, because in Punjab, in Rajasthan, Indira Gandhi Canal project, also known as Satluj Command Area Development Program, was implemented. Now Punjab is opposing this particular project. It is clear na? So it is one important aspect is Command Area Development Program is productive in terms of is positive in terms of agricultural production, because it changed the economic scenario of the region where it was implemented, right? But actually the program is criticized on two grounds. One is it caused interstate water dispute, and second, Command Area Development Program is not considered eco-friendly. It is clear, na? It is not eco-friendly because actually in command area dam will be constructed. It will cause deforestation. It will cause the displacement of the people, and it will render the area seismically active on one hand. On the other hand, the area where canal irrigation will be promoted. The area, suppose in this area the canal irrigation will be promoted, so the canal irrigation will adversely affect the drainage pattern of this area. Water logging will occur. It is clear now? Water logging will occur. The area will become swampy. Okay, and several water-prone diseases develop like dengue, malaria, etc. So wherever in India command area development program was implemented, the area is suffering from dengue, malaria type of waterborne disease. It is clear na? Right? What is the impact of this? It is clear na? So it is not considered eco-friendly. Okay. So that's why later during 8th 5-year plan, in this command area development program was replaced by another agriculture development program which is eco-friendly program, and this program is referred to as watershed area development program. Getting well now? Right? So actually we discussed how command river basin development program causes water dispute. Second, how particularly command area development program is also the cause of dispute, cause of contention and between the two states. It is clear na? And the third program, I had said that certain development project itself causes water dispute now. So actually first one was the river basin development program. Second is command area development program, and third is inter-basin water transfer. Okay, inter-basin water transfer. What is inter-basin water transfer? You see, suppose this is one river and this is another river, right? Okay, it is affluent river, it is influent river. Okay, right? Affluent means the river which contains adequate volume of water is referred to as affluent, and the river is deficient in water is referred to as influent river. Okay, if you will link this river through link canal, the water of this river, excess water of this river will be diverted in this river. This mechanism is referred to as inter-basin water transfer. What is the meaning of inter-basin water transfer? It is clear na? Right? So actually the best example of inter-basin water transfer is Satluj Yamuna link canal project. Satluj Yamuna link canal project. Okay, actually Satluj Yamuna link canal project. Getting well now? But actually you see Satluj Yamuna, an agreement was signed between Punjab and Haryana, right, under the supervision of the then Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Okay, as per this agreement, the Satluj and Yamuna river will be linked through a link canal. Na? The part of the canal which will be in the state of Punjab will be constructed by Punjab government, and the part of canal which will be in Haryana will be constructed by Haryana government. That is clear na? Both the states signed the treaty, okay, signed the agreement. Getting well now? Actually Haryana completed its portion of canal, but Punjab not constructed. It is clear na? Right? So that's why particularly you see dispute between Punjab and Haryana started. Getting well now? One important point, why diversion of Satluj river in particularly in Haryana, in Yamuna river was required. So you see Satluj is the example of eastern branch of eastern tributary of Indus. Okay, you know that river Vyas and Satluj are eastern tributary of Indus river, and as per Indus Water Treaty, right, India is entitled to utilize the water of this river. Na? If India will not utilize, then it will be water will drain and go to Pakistan. It is clear na? So actually, in order to ensure better and proper utilization of water resources of Satluj, right, this project was proposed. Okay, additional water of Satluj will be diverted in Yamuna river, and this will ensure the agriculture development in Haryana as well. Getting well now? Right? That's why the project was signed, prepared, and started to and effort was made to implement it, but still due to the opposition of Punjab, despite the fact that Punjab itself was a part of the agreement, right? Later it declined from continuing the project, and hence there is a dispute between Punjab and Haryana. Getting well now? Now see, as you know that under Article 262 of the Constitution, there is a provision to set up tribunal to adjudicate the dispute, right? Since Haryana was the affecting party sufferer, So that's why it requested the central government to constitute the tribunal, right? The central government set up a tribunal under the chairmanship of Justice Awadi. Okay, the Awadi tribunal directed Punjab to ensure the completion of this project. Okay, against the decision of this Awadi tribunal, again Punjab approached Supreme Court, है ना? Punjab filed a petition, a special petition to Supreme Court. Okay, it is clear ना? Actually, Supreme Court given its verdict in favor of Haryana, right? Supreme Court directed the state of Punjab to ensure the construction of canal, है ना, canal up to a particular specific date, and also added that if Punjab is not capable to construct the canal, then it is the responsibility of the central government to ensure the construction of canal through utilizing its own particular system. Okay, so actually Punjab not constructed the canal, and when the engineers of central PWD visited the site on behalf of the central government, they were shot, they died, they were gunned down. Okay, it is clear na? And still the matter is pending. Actually, you see, Satluj Yamuna link canal remain important part of manifesto in every election. Okay, it got politicized now. It is clear now? Because you see, actually there was no fixed time frame to adjudicate the water dispute, है ना, under the Interstate Water Dispute Act 1956. It is clear now? It was a drawback. That's why it was later improved. It is clear now? Sarkaria Commission had also stated that this type of problem should be sorted out within a fixed time frame. Otherwise, it will have negative political implication. It is clear now? So actually, what is inter-basin water transfer? It is clear now? Now the question is, if Satluj river drain only through Punjab, then what is the ground on which Haryana is demanding the water of Satluj river? It is important point now. If suppose, है ना, Punjab will say that Satluj not drain through Haryana, territory of Haryana, then there is no right of Haryana to demand the water of Satluj river. So actually the main ground of Haryana is the riparian principle. Okay, riparian is the Latin term. Ripe, it is taken from ripe. Ripe means particularly location along the river bank. Okay, the riparian principle is the part of State Reorganization Act 1956. Okay, and it is also a part of Punjab State Reorganization Act 1966. Okay, actually whoever state, whatever particularly, है ना, territory is located along the bank of the river, enjoy the power, authority to utilize the water resources of this water body. Getting one now? Now see, actually previously, prior to 1966, Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh was united. Okay, under Punjab State Reorganization Act 1966, Punjab was bifurcated into Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh. Okay, Punjab, Haryana became a state. Okay, and Haryana, Chandigarh is the union territory. It is clear now? And river is flowing along this, suppose. Okay, so as per riparian principle mentioned in the State Reorganization Act, if the state will be reorganized, then every constituent newly created state will have the right to utilize the resource of United State, integrated state. It is clear now? So actually riparian principle constitutes the part of State Reorganization Act 1956, and also it constitutes the part of, you see, also constitutes the part of Punjab State Reorganization Act. It means riparian principle is the main obstruction, है ना, against the, in the path of Punjab. Getting well now? If anyhow riparian principle will be nullified, then Punjab will get rid of the liability to donate water to Haryana, to divert water in Yamuna. Okay, you see one important point. State Reorganization Act 1956 and Punjab State Reorganization Act 1966 both the act are passed by the Indian Parliament. It is clear now? Indian Parliament, it is clear, and both the centrally made law contain the provision of riparian principle, there is a provision in the constitution that if any provision of the act made by the central legislature any state is not comfortable with, then there is a well set process है ना, to nullify this provision. The process is the state legislature will pass the act by 2/3 majority and refer this act or act for concurrence to the central legislature. If central legislature gives its approval to this act, then this provision gets nullified in context of this state. It is clear na? What is the process? It is clear na? And in this effort, Punjab passed Punjab Termination of Agreement Act 2004 when Amrinder Singh was the Chief Minister of Punjab and Manmohan Singh was heading the country in the center. Getting well now? Right? Actually, both were from Congress party. So that's why Amrinder Singh was expecting that he can easily get the concurrence from the central government, but center not yielded because if the center would have granted its approval on this issue, certainly its political future in Haryana would have been worsened. It is clear, na? So that's why central rejected and still the problem exists. Okay, right? So clearly, particularly if the water will be transferred, then there will be problem. Okay, so it is clear, na? Ken-Betwa project. Ken-Betwa is also the example of inter-basin water transfer. It was a bone of contention between Madhya Pradesh and that of Uttar Pradesh. Na? But when Babu Lal Gaur was the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh and Mulayam Singh Yadav was in the Uttar Pradesh, they resolved this issue. It is clear, na? So, in fact, developmental project itself is the cause of water dispute in India. What is the overall particular? We will continue these topics in the next particularly next video. Okay, thanks.